So I'll take a couple steps back because I grew up in the industry. So I've been in a family business for probably over a decade at that point. And so I've had some experience with it from our perspective. We ended up selling part of our company to a publicly traded company, Pep Boys, back in 2013. And so I had some exposure there. And then when I switched over to the smaller entity, we started doing our own mergers and acquisitions. And it's a little bit different because you're in the industry and you understand everything about a business by looking at it pretty quickly, right? You talk to the owner, you look at the financials, you see the story, and you know whether this is going to be a good investment or not. When you're talking about the professional M&A investors, their diligence is just very different because they're not experts in the space yet, or they don't have 20, 30 years of experience. And they also have investors that they need to report to. So their diligence is much more intense. They need to prove to their investment committee that they have a good background. And so I think that to me was probably the biggest change in seeing that they just are so much more thorough on basic questions that I could just look at, but I understand why they do that. So you have to turn over every stone.